Perhaps the most impressive collection of models at the GSL was the unveiling of the Lynx Project. Spearheaded by GSL host Mark Gustavson, this has to be seen to be believed. The Lynx Project has been 38 years in the making and has involved more than 70 builders from all over the world. It consists of 8 dioramas that feature more than 20 cars. They tell the story of what if Lincoln Mercury had an experimental car program similar to Ford circa 1963. It begins at Dearborn Steel and Tubing, then heads to Cobo Hall for public unveiling. Next, production considerations are scrapped, and it is lost for decades, only to be rediscovered and ultimately recreated in 2023. The amount of detail you are about to see is just incredible. Several of the modelers that were involved give their own perspective on portions of this monumental project.
Oh, by the way, all these are real scenes. Basically, we researched these different places and we tried to get pictures. Even this diorama here.
I think in '96 I was part of our model. Those are the people. There's a lot of and then there was just get it. You can still work there.
Chris is so bad, the wheels. That's why we're this is Chris. Well, I'll tell you what happened though. This was sort of. I thought he was just gagging with you, Chris. He really did not know you were standing there. I don't have another shirt on. Oh, is that what it is? You don't have the one with your name on it, right? They are absolutely.
Want to show you something else? Put your hand out. Feel how heavy this is.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's like solid.
Is that the one Randy did?
Yeah. I'm not sure what makes it heavy.
It's all the glue.
No, all the batteries on the bottom.
Yeah, that's
It's an
it.
electric car.
Paint's an 1/8 inch thick.
I don't know what it actually makes it heavy. It shouldn't be that heavy. And that's part of it.
Maybe he's got the tires full.
Oh, this is the Bertone Automobile Factory in Italy.
The construction, we're talking architecture, the contractors as does. You put it together, it's never put together exactly like this. This is just so you, it's a doctor's note. We got the answers. We hand them all this. They're built according to that. Everyone was a little. They are in the exact number. There's no there. That's how deep this is.
It's like, it's sort of
And then Mike Swan found it.
makes you speechless. It's like he's heaters.
Diorama was built by Harold Oswald, and he meticulously cut little pieces of wood to make this floor. And if you can guess how many pieces of wood in there, you win the award of becoming a diorama builder for Mark. And in this diorama is the Lynx GT, and this was built by Vince Labosco. And there's other cars in here. You can read about who built them. But this is an exact replica of the Ford styling studio.
So tell me what's going
I
on.
sat up here in chaired meetings of our group vice presidents across the company in this room for the last 5 years of my career.
It's awesome. Yeah.
It's not a perfect recreation, but, and of course it's not in this condition anymore. They had, papered over the floors and stuff. But that's pretty cool to walk up and look at that and say, there actually were 3 turntables. That's what we got 2, but there were actually 3 eventually. And we had the back here as a studio, and we would send this over satellite to the rolling company news around the world. And we conduct a live meeting, over the
Wow.
Ford satellite system.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really something. So anyway, I can't tell you, Kobo is so different today, I couldn't tell you if that's accurate or not. I can tell you, this is not accurate to the way it was when I worked there, but it's pretty damn close.
Huh.
It's clearly they had some inside knowledge. It didn't come from me. On what we called this place the Design Dome.
Caravan of the
Yeah.
Stars.
Pretty cool stuff.
Awesome.
And this diorama, Mark talked a little bit about this one. This depicts 1965 when they're shipping the Bertone Mustang to America. And this was built by, make sure I pronounce it properly, Korkut Vural, and from Turkey. And it's a wonderful diorama. I just love this, so different.
Hey, Jim?
Yeah.
Let me interrupt one thing. It took Korkut 9 years to build that. Under difficult political circumstances in Turkey, when it was finally done, we raised about $3,000 to get it shipped here. We boxed it up in a big metal, back Mike Barlow helped me take the darn thing apart at our house when it was delivered. But it got out of Turkey okay, it got to Amsterdam okay, it got to New York okay, but it was intercepted by Homeland Security. And there was a Homeland Security office in mid-country, I think it was in Nebraska, but I don't recall. But I got a call in my law office, I got a call from somebody, I have to look up the record. It was a letter, caller, whatever. And they said, Homeland Security has seized your package because we think it contains contraband and threats to the United States. I've got the letters. And I thought, how in the devil can this happen? We disclosed up front of the bill of lading what it was, and we were within about 12 hours of having the thing cut up. They were going to explosively decompress it, blow it up. They had these big containers, they blow things up. So I knew someone in Senator Orrin Hatch's office, and I called our Utah senator up, we talked to the senator, but talked to his aide, and I said, here's what's going on. And the senator, made a call to whomever in the government and shut that thing down. And it was delivered here about 5 days later.
He's over here, I think.
The side window?
Yeah.
You'll get the steering wheel and
Good.
stuff.
Good.
Because it's a photo etch steering wheel. Because that was part of the photo etch, which turned out way better than I thought it would.
Here's where the romance starts in this story. This is depicts 2018, not too long ago. And what happened was, real briefly, this GT that you saw over there was Mills's GT. He drove it around a while, and then he gave it to his grandson, drove it around a while, and it ended up in a garage. And in this garage, it kind of got dilapidated, covered with junk. And the person who owned the garage decided, you gotta get rid of this junk. So she puts an ad in the paper. And some archaeologists, she said, I think it's, wasn't it something, some kind of Mustang or something, right? It was, the ad said some sort of Mustang for sale. And they had to go look at it, and these archaeologists, auto archaeologist guys found this Mustang, found this Lynx car, this GT, and they purchased it on the spot. And they found paperwork in this GT that said Indiana Warehouse. And they thought, what could be in the Indiana Warehouse? I don't know, we gotta go check out the Indiana Warehouse. So they went to the Indiana Warehouse. This is the Indiana Warehouse, but let me finish here. Don Strong built this garage. Really nicely done. I added the car and some of the details in the garage.
That's Don right there.
And also, Brad Norgard.
That's the hood I was gonna ask Mark.
I had a guy
Did this. Yeah, thank you. So, like I say, when I did this, like,
The resin cast
I think this is great.
Ron here. And he built it well.
Didn't he etch it?
I didn't realize. Did you want to get to see this? I didn't realize it was as extensive. I had.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's,
There was the can.
well, that's the.
Take it. What do you want to take it?
Man, that's a.
And I hate to break it, but did you see the fact that the shipyard artifact?
No.
The shipyard.
Oh, yeah.
In this story, our auto archaeologists, after purchasing the GT, discovered in the Indiana Warehouse 3 more Lynx cars. The XR, the X7, and it's shown over there, and the XR7, unbuilt. Bertone shipped it to Mr. Mills unfinished. So this diorama is built by Don Strong. It has added details.
Jerry, in the interest of full disclosure, Ken Hamilton built the basic structure and shipped it to me. He built the floor and the 3 walls, and then I finished it in detail. But
Very
full
good.
disclosure, Ken Hamilton started that one.
Yeah, and that's Don Strong, Don Strong.
I completely agree. It's like the photos, whatever's going on here.
Yeah, they turned panels over that.
The photos of it.
Well, I can see that one.
I thought this stuff, 25 or 30-year-old folks.
This one has a slight curve.
I'm glad you said the entire accident. I mean, because then when I get to here's this, have you ever tried to design my stuff? If I have a one-to-one dimension, I'll draw to that and certain things, well, you know, all the styles. The medium wedge
These are the brick tests.
Maybe I think you said
And the brick molds and carving tools do all the bricks.
So to finalize, these guys that found the cars decided we need to invest some money into restoring these cars and building some resto mods. So these gentlemen decided to buy a facility and convert it over to their needs. Just to show you what this is, remember I told you the details on these dioramas are not glued down. So there's extra details. They all don't fit in the dioramas. Some of them have the details that don't fit. And so I decided to make a little display here showing some of the details of this diorama that don't quite fit, but everything can be moved around, and these items will be used. I also have a picture of the paint mixing room because it was so nicely detailed. It's in that diorama, but I wanted you to see it up close, so I made a picture of it. Brad Norgard built the mixing can rack of paint, and I built the workbench. So there's a collaboration here, and you can see different people build different parts here. So this is the Lost Lynx Motorworks. It's kind of the finale of the story. And in the parking lot, you'll see from Dynacorn body that they scanned the Lynx car and they built this body for the first resto model. They're delivering it to the factory. And some weird guy is on the forklift. You'll recognize him if you look close. It's another Ken Hamilton creation. Who do you think it is?
Joe Pesci.
He has a cane there. I don't know why he has a cane. I don't know, a forklift driver would walk with a cane. I don't know. Anyway, so this is the Lost Lynx Motorworks, and as I said, nothing's glued down here except that I glued stuff on the workbench. This diorama was built by Jim Fernandez. With a lot of help from Brad Norgard. So give him a hand. He built a lot of things. He put together the workbenches and the shelving. I gave him the parts and he built them and painted them and did a wonderful job. I added the details onto the top of them. And just to give you an idea of Brad's mind, I had the whole thing finished. And he calls me up and says, hey, I got something for you. So I go over and he gave me a 1/25th scale hummingbird feeder. And it was so well done, I said, I gotta hang it up. So if you look in the front window there, it's hung up. So that's the kind of thing he did for me. He also built a really neat water cooler. That's Brad Norgard's water cooler. And there's other items, and it could take me all day to go through and say what I built, but he built, like this sink. He built the sink, and I added the towels and the soap. So it was a collaborative effort. So this is the Lost Lynx Motorworks. And it has a Lynx car in it. There it is. This is built by Kurt Reyes, the Lynx car. And Vince Labasco did a little bit of detailing on it to make it look even better. So we have a really nice Lynx car here. I don't know what else I could tell you about this. You have to just come and look at it.
The video.
Looks like I forgot to turn something on.
So I'm trying to I would say, all along, it's it's complicated, obviously, but yeah.
Now the difference, if you make it in red shape, will be, the red shape would but it's got tiny pores where it doesn't have gray. But you could make the buck, I think, in red shape, and then you could, like, if you really wanted to, you could just paint a little finish on it, make it look like it's got some gray.
Well, this is resin and wood. Let me show you how it was built.
Okay, I sure don't see the resin. Is the resin act as a base?
Well, imagine this. It's this body.
Okay.
And it's a resin body. So I took the resin body and I cut all around here, cut it out, and made a skeleton out of the resin body.
So that's
So this part
Mark.
right here is all resin.
This is Mark driving the forklift.
It's all resin. And then, sorry,
Jim Boyd.
then I just had to start cutting it and sticking basswood in between where I've cut. And then when it's bigger than I want, bigger than I want.
strips of basswood?
Yeah. And then I sanded it down to match the body because I maintained the body shape by having the skeleton.
So you're like constructing the buck in reverse.
Yeah, there you go. I've cheated because I have the body shape.
You ever see anybody do that?
And I'm just slicing it up and adding wood to it.
Oh, put it down on this.
And then I put grain, then I made grain, like I scratched the resin to give it a grainy look, like it's wood.
Just like with a wire brush or something.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Yeah. So it's really half, and then and then you have to paint the resin to match the wood. So it looks like it's all wood.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know unless you told me.
Right. So I wanted to tell you how I did it.
There you go.
Because I can't build a body out of wood. If you just say, here's a picture of the car and I'll build one out of wood, that'd be tough. To get all the curves and get the dimensions all
That's
right.
what I did with the Maserati NCM,
Oh,
but
that's
it's a simpler shape. This is much more complex.
But this, of course, is no resin up here. This is all wood.
Okay, good. Yeah.
But you see where the resin is? That was all resin. So that I just knew how to.
Not without you pointing it out to me. I mean,
Well, I'm saying that's how I kept the body shape without having to redo the whole body.
You gotta see where Mark Gustavson from, which one was that? The forklift thing, was that him? Yeah.
What you got there? Is that a Pinewood Derby car?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
That's a fancy Pinewood Derby car right there.
That's an idea. Make a Pinewood Derby like a wood.
And see how it races.
Here's something I did with Pinewood. It was fun. When I was a kid, I took the Pinewood Derby car and I added electronics in the back. The whole transistors, all these electronics, and then put an antenna on it. And then I had a controller. It wasn't connected.
Yeah, sure. But everybody was like,
hey,
"Oh, you're."
you can't do that. It's running there down the race, and I'm going.
Pretending
Freaked them out. Yeah.
Oh wow.
this whole thing, and there's like the little Easter eggs and stuff in it.
I like that it's green.
There's a table. There's a table in the
The solar panels.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what's fun. That was the fun with this because this was a modern garage. I had to keep thinking of things to put like that and that to make it depict something modern. I had to put in the safety stuff.
Yeah. The safe.
MSDS book.
Yeah.
I don't think I can shoot.
Because it's a modern facility.
So what's the address of this place? 1348.
You don't know what that means? That's Mark's address.
I did the minute you said it.
Oh man, I love the cargo belts on this train.
Oh yeah, you like that? That took a while. And the rack and the come along.
Is it ribbon or is it to see the stuff on the desk and the table in there?
Oh yeah.
I only wish I could have printed the name of the company that makes the makes the belts.
Yeah.
See how it's right there.
Yes.
But I just
See what's behind the curtain.
Yeah. Yes.
Jim, thank you. I put it back.
good.
Photo etch.
How did you do it? Yeah, but how did you make it smooth to the top?
He said he resisted solid.
Oh, and then sand the heck out of it. Wow.
It was 1976 or something.
Very good.
Did you get a good shot of it? I'll turn it around. Let's do it right there.
I've been there.
You want to get it right in his face. Huh?
I going. I got a good one now.
Good.
I'll show you. No, this is classic. There you go. And I can Photoshop it. Oh, that's great.
Well, wait a
Now
minute.
I need to.
So Jim, what's your?
Ken Hamilton did that, right?
We have a problem.
Ken Hamilton made the
When?
figure.
When?
gotta turn
Okay.
There we go. Okay.
Okay. Now you're messing.
What's your favorite Easter egg
This is
in
the
here?
lost
My favorite
Lynx motor
Easter
works.
egg.
Thanks, Jim.
Well, probably this, but there's a newspaper
what
on
the
the
hell
table. It's got
77,
is a
Mark's
laptop
picture on it.
doing on the table? You guys are messing with me, man.
And maybe when I got done with the whole diorama,
This is like Jack
Brad
Lawrence.
Norgard, who built a few details, sent me. He says, "You gotta see this."
Oh, there's the
Hummingbird feeder.
there's the hummingbird
So
feeder.
that was the last thing I added.
And then on the corner,
Yeah.
Yeah, the Star Wars. Well,
I think from what Jim was saying yesterday, this is like, this is like
I didn't want a completely old, complete car
Jaguar
office.
doing their bespoke replicas of older cars. You know, Bentley just built like half a dozen.
incredible, huh? I saved one of my favorite parts of this diorama for last. You know you have an epic diorama when you have to build a diorama of the diorama. This shows how the dioramas were laid out in a scale model of the Deer Valley Sundance Room at the Salt Lake City Sheraton. Amazing. I hope you aren't tired of all this GSL coverage. I think I have a little bit more to share. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I have all kinds of model car stories to tell. Thanks for watching.